What's up, guys? It's Zach, and today I'm here with my Raw reactions because Sean didn't do them, Sean didn't even watch Raw, and Sean didn't even post while I was gone. So, I'm back, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So, on Raw we had, beginning with a gigantic food fight for the 4th of July, and everybody's throwing food, and then you just have, Kevin Owens under the table eating chips. And yeah, and yeah, and then Heath Slater throws something on Big Show, and Big Show and Kane double choke slam into a table, and that was pretty much that segment. After that, we had the United States title match, Titus O'Neil versus Rusev, which was a big letdown because, Titus O'Neil is like, very proud American. He came out dressed as Uncle Sam, and then like he just loses. It was a really bad match. I would grade it like an F. It was a really bad match, and it kind of ruined the whole Titus O'Neil character for me. So yeah, I'm not that big of a Titus O'Neil fan anymore. So yeah, that was that match. It was yeah. So after that, we had Insane Cast versus the Social Outcast, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, and Heath Slater comes out and like he has a neck brace on and a cast, and they're dressed up as American soldiers from the Civil War. And yeah, it was pretty good, but it was done really fast. Endzone Cast beat up the Social Outcast. Endzone Cast won, they won, and that was pretty much that match. I can't really review that one at all. And then we had the Sasha Banks Sasha Banks Charlotte segment where Charlotte's talking about how she's the best, and if anybody wants to challenge her for a title, come out. Sasha Banks comes out, and this is making a big build up for Battleground. So yeah. But basically what happened was Dana Brooks and Charlotte tried to beat up Sasha, but it ended with Charlotte in the bank statement before Dana Brooks dragged her out. After that, we had Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, and it was a really good match. I can't complain. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins tore up the house. It wasn't the best match of the night, but it was a really good one. But it ended with a pedigree. Seth Rollins pins Dolph Ziggler, and then we had title versus title match, The Miz versus Dean Ambrose, which was a really good match, probably the best match of the night. And they went back and forth, but Dean Ambrose hit Dirty Deeds, 1, 2, 3, Dean Ambrose wins, and then he beats up Seth Rollins for some reason and tries to put him through a table. After that, I was really excited for this because, as you know, I usually review SmackDown, and Sean just didn't get to it today, so I'm doing Raw, but usually I review SmackDown. And we had another person that's running for general manager. Vickie Guerrero returned. She wants to run SmackDown, and quite frankly, I'm just gonna put this out there right now. I don't really care who runs SmackDown. Out of all the people that we've seen return, Teddy Long, John Laurinaitis, Kane, Vickie Guerrero, all of them are okay with me. Even Stephanie McMahon. Shane O'Mac would be okay with me. I mean, but out of all of them, I wouldn't want Shane O'Mac. I don't care about any of the others, But I have a feeling that none of those are going to be chosen. I have a feeling that, I don't know. I have a feeling that JBL will do it because he's the longest reigning SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion. I have a feeling that JBL will do it. Undertaker, because Undertaker was drafted to Raw when they did the 2012 draft. Or, Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan recently retired. So those are my 3 guesses. I don't think anybody else will. But I'm out of all of those, I don't care. I'm a big fan of all of those. So yeah, that's what I'm just gonna say about that. Vickie Guerrero was talking about how she needs to run the SmackDown, and she started hashtag Vickie for general manager of SmackDown or something like that. And yeah, then we had the Golden Truth versus the Vaudevillains with Breezango at ringside. And shockingly, the Golden Truth beat the Vaudevillains. I really thought that the Vaudevillains were going to win this one. But no, it was pretty short. Goldust was in there, and then the Vaudevillains got distracted, and we hit a lie detector by R-Truth. 1, 2, 3, the Vaudevillains lose. And I think this is building up another battleground. Breezango versus Golden Truth. I think that's what that's building up. After that, we had AJ Styles, John Cena segment. John Cena's talking about how, it was never really fair, but he knew that when he signed the contract that he wasn't only going to get one member, he was going to get all members of the club. And basically what happened was The whole club comes out. They talk some trash before they go and beat up John Cena, and then Enzo and Cass come out and they beat them up. The club leaves the ring, and that made a match for Battleground. It's gonna be Enzo and Cass and John Cena versus the club at Battleground. Yeah. After that, we had Becky Lynch versus Summer Rae. I think they really just made that match so that they could talk about the Natalya feud. Becky Lynch won after they disarmed her, and that was pretty much it. But yes, Natalya versus Becky Lynch is confirmed for Battleground, and I really want Natalya to win this one. I'm looking forward to that feud later on. And then after that, we had the New Day and the Wyatt family segment. Kind of boring, you know, same old, but Xavier Woods kind of broke the positivity thing and said, don't you realize what's going on? We could lose our titles, you know. So I think Xavier Woods is coming to reality, realizing what they're going up against in the Wyatts. But as you know, I am a big person. I like the bad guys. I like heels, you know. I'm a big Stardust fan. Stardust is probably my favorite superstar. I think I only like 3 good guys. And Apollo Crews, Zack Ryder, and Jack Swagger. Those are probably the only 3 good guys that I like. And so, yeah, you know, I don't really know what to say about this. You know, I think that we could easily see this because I'm a New Day fan. I don't even know what New Day is anymore, good or bad. If they're good, then I like 4 good guys. But here's the thing. I like the Wyatt family too. I mean, the Wyatt family, I mean, it's kind of hard for you not to like them. The Wyatt family, they're just so entertaining. So if this builds up a tag team title match, I wouldn't really care who would win. I'd be happy if the New Day retained, but I would be happy if the Wyatt family won. So I think this is going to be a really good feud for me because, you know, I like both. So I think this will be really interesting to see what happens. Then we had Team USA versus Team Foreigners, I guess you could say, which consisted of Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, Sin Cara, Kalisto, and Chris Jericho versus Team USA, which was Devon Dudley, Bubba Ray Dudley, Apollo Crews, Big Show, Zack Ryder, Jack Swagger, Kane, and Mark Henry. Now, this match was actually really entertaining. You know, of course, it was the 4th of July episode, so they had this going on. And, you know, I was kind of shocked that we didn't see a return of, like, Jinder Mahal or something. I really thought that we were. But no, it was really entertaining. But Kevin Owens got disqualified because he turned on his own partner. He hit Sami Zayn with a steel chair. This feud isn't over yet, of course. And then Kane got eliminated. But I don't think Kane should have been eliminated because Kevin Owens got disqualified for hitting his own partner with a chair. But then Kane hits Kevin Owens with the chair. And they disqualified Kane even though Kevin Owens was already out. So I don't really understand that. But we saw the return of Big Show and Kane. I really enjoyed it. But, you know, people were falling left and right. The main highlight was when it was Alberto Del Rio, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Chris Jericho. And it was only 3 people left, I believe. It was Big Show, Zack Ryder, and... oh... no, it was just Big Show and Zack Ryder. Yeah, it was just Big Show and Zack Ryder because Sheamus came in and bro kicked Apollo Crews. And I kind of wish that they would let them fight a little bit longer. But no. So that happened. And then Zack Ryder comes in the ring. Walls of Jericho, you know, like, they are just beating up Zack Ryder. But Zack Ryder's not giving up until they won't tag in Cesaro. Cesaro gets fed up, uppercuts all of his own teammates. And then he tries to neutralize Zack Ryder, but Zack Ryder gets to roll up and pin Cesaro. After that, he tags in Big Show. Big Show eliminates Chris Jericho. And he also eliminated Alberto Del Rio. And then, you know, Sheamus realized that he's alone. He's beating up Big Show. Big Show's on the floor. Tags in Zack Ryder. And then Sheamus, he gets in some good punches. Sheamus just takes over. And then he tries to knock Big Show off the apron. Big Show grabs him by the neck. And then when Sheamus turned around, Rough Rider, 1, 2, 3. Zack Ryder shockingly hit the winning pin on Sheamus. And I really think with this WWE draft coming up, Zack Ryder, one of my favorite, actually, one of the only good guys that I like, I can see him getting a major push. I thought it was very entertaining. And Big Show and Zack Ryder stood tall at the end of the night. It was a really good episode overall. And I thank you guys for watching. And I'm so happy to be back on the channel. And me and Sean will be posting together on Thursday, and I will see you next time with whatever we do next, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, make sure to comment. We read all those, and I will see you in the next video.